I'm working here on a site analysis diagram, and I've put one arrow in indicating a worthwhile view in that direction. There'll need to be a little bit of screening to the left of that view. But what I'm interested in doing is making a more graphically interesting arrow to indicate the view. And so I've developed an arrow symbol up here. I want to turn it into a block. To turn any collection of entities into a block, it's just a matter of wrapping a box around those entities and right-click, and we'll say Create Block. We'll call it View Arrow. I've clearly been experimenting here. And for the base point, I'll pick a point which will be there, and we'll OK it. We could add some notes to that effect. So that collection of symbols has now been turned into one individual graphic entity. I'll do it again because I put some text here, and I can right-click and say I'm going to create a block from that text, and we'll call it View Arrow Text, and we're done. So we have two blocks now, and what I'm going to do is make a nested block of the two individual blocks. So here we go, we select both, and I'll say Create Block, and we'll call this Compound View Arrow and Text, and we'll again say for the base point, pick a point, and there, and we'll OK it. It'll take a moment or two to form. This is actually a big drawing, which is why it's hesitating. So now when we select it, we have a compound block. So let's use it and trial it. So it's right-click and copy. We could do it that way, or better still would be to click on the toolbar there, use the blocks option, and come down here to, we want view, what do we call it? View Arrow Text. It was compound, wasn't it? So I need to come up here. It's in alphabetical order. So it's Compound View Arrow Text. It was actually highlighted. Insert it into the drawing. Now I'll say the insertion point we're going to specify on screen. The scale we'll leave as is, but rotation we'll specify on screen. So here we are. We're going to replace that rather clunky looking and graphically poor image. We'll click it, and now we can rotate I'll just put it off to the side, rotate the symbol slightly there. Now, the symbols work well. Let's get rid of this one. Maybe not. Leave it there. The symbol works well, except the text is now rotated. But because it's a compound block, we can select it and explode it. That will break it up into the two individual blocks. And this one we can now select and rotate it, like so. There we are. Not quite squared up, but I'm sure you get my drift. And now you could edit the text that's inside there. Sorry, that's a block reference, isn't it? And we need to explode it once more. I'll just select it, well, it is selected, and we can make its rotation angle 360. So that will square it up. Having done that, we will explode that again. And now when we pick it, we can now edit the text quickly and easily. And we'll OK it. So I hope you can see that blocks can be used in quite interesting ways, and if you do the block definition carefully, you can get a great deal of flexibility in the subsequent block.